Coming to you almost a year after the WWE 2K15 video, talking about the whole roster and talking about the whole game in one video, we're bringing you 2K16. Last year was a big hit. It was our highest uh, viewed video at the time last year because we were kind of new. But we're here with the sequel to it, 2K16, talking about the game, talking about the roster. Um, yeah, all I just said. So, how are we going to start this, Kyle? Should we read off the roster first? What should we do?
Oh no.
Alright, let's talk about the roster a little bit, and then we'll read it off. Okay, the roster, 2K has said the past few months that they were going to bring us the largest roster in WWE games history. And so far, they have. I'm pretty sure they already have more than last year's game. Um, I'm pretty sure. And, they were saying about 120, I believe, was their number. And so far, we have 78, according to Kyle's counting. So, they're almost there. Lots of names to read off. And, it's going to be interesting to see who they add to the game. But I'm talking too much. I hate it when I hog the spotlight. So put this over to Kyle. Kyle, do you have any comments on the roster?
No, I mean you pretty much nailed it. 78 superstars confirmed so far, and we still have 42 left. That's if they do reach that 120 number, or if they go a little bit above that. I mean they said 120, so that's not including like double like ring attires and stuff. So um, and years like Stone Cold 97. It just when we have Stone Cold, that means all of his versions. So 78 so far. It's gonna be a big roster, and I think 78 probably is more. And this is all just in the game right when you get it, I'm assuming, including showcase mode. Like that's what, like not DLC. So none of this is DLC. This is all what you're going to be able to get if you play the game. I mean, I'm sure a lot of it you'll have to unlock in 2K showcase mode and maybe career mode. But other than that, you're going to get all this stuff for free. So um, it's a big roster, and we expect, like Joe said, 42 more people to get up to the 120 mark, and then WWE will probably release more DLC. So you could get up to say 130 guys if you buy DLC and if you unlock everybody by the end of this game, which is crazy. I mean, you can create 5 different Royal Rumbles pretty much. I mean, like 4 or 5 different Royal Rumbles with different people every time. So that's awesome. You can have like a lot of shows. You can have a lot of different matches from past generations to new generations, and it's definitely something. And what I've noticed that we'll talk about the roster and who's actually on the roster. We'll go through everybody, even though we might bore you. But we'll go through everybody that's in the game so far, and then we'll talk about who we think maybe could be added, who's not on there so far, and what we expect from career mode and showcase mode and all that. So, shall I get started on the roster?
I think you shall.
All right, so what we've decided is I'm going to name 45 guys. Joe's going to go with the last 33, just the way that we did it. All right, so here I go. Let's kick it off with Bad News Barrett, Booker T, Colonel Mustafa making his WWE Games debut, Daniel Bryan, Emma, Eva Marie, Finn Balor, already seen his entrance, General Adnan, I guess, John Cena, Kalisto, somebody else we saw the entrance of, Kane, Lord Steven Regal, Paige, WWE Champion Seth Rollins. We already seen his entrance with the WWE Championship. That was cool. Sin Cara, Stone Cold Steve Austin. We saw some footage from Stone Cold. If you go on, you'll be able to see that. Summer Rae, Tamina, Triple H, Adam Rose, Bo Dallas, Brie Bella, Brock Lesnar, Goldust, Heath Slater, Hideo Itami, Jack Swagger, Kevin Owens, another guy we saw the entrance of already, Neville, Nikki Bella, Ric Flair, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, Stardust making his debut in the game, Sting, Tyler Breeze making his debut, Ultimate Warrior, Zack Ryder's back in the game, Alicia Fox, Bam Bam Bigelow, Big Show, Cameron, Cesaro, somebody else's entrance we already saw, Darren Young, and finally Diamond Dallas Page. So you can see a lot of main eventers there, such as Barrett, Daniel Bryan, Cena, Reigns, Rollins, Lesnar. So there's Triple H. There's a ton of guys on there. A lot of pretty much expected, I guess, most of them. I mean, Colonel Mustafa was a good ad. Lord Steven Regal under that persona is pretty cool. Let's see what else we got on there. Hideo Itami, Tyler Breeze. Good to see the NXT guys in this game. Bam Bam Bigelow making his return. I'm really glad that guys like DDP and Bam Bam Bigelow are really like actually in the game. Like you don't have to like they're not DLC, they're not a pre-order. Same with Sting and Warrior, they're 2 pre-order bonuses from years before. So really, when I look at these first 45, I see a good mixture of today's talent, and I see a good mixture of divas. A lot of divas actually on that list. And then I see a good mixture of the past, like Ric Flair, and NXT. So it's like a couple different, like I'd say if that was just a roster right there, obviously a lot of guys are missing off of there, but if that was just a roster you had to work with for for a specific amount of time, like if they just released a game with 45 people, I think that would be fine. So, but there's more. So, Joe, go ahead and read the final 33. There's a lot of good guys on that list as well.
Yeah, you mentioned Sting in the game. That's not Sting. That's a picture of Sting. Okay, here we go. I'll continue on. And starting off with Dolph Ziggler. And then you got Fit Finlay. He loves to fight. Kevin Nash. He likes to tear quads, I'm sorry. Layla, who just recently retired. Lex Luger, another WCW guy in the game. The Miz. Then you got Naomi. Randy Orton. Sheamus. Titus O'Neil, Tyson Kidd, Aiden English, another NXT guy, Andre the Giant, Batista, Chris Jericho, Curtis Axel, Dean Ambrose, Edge, Eric Rowan, Fandango, JBL, Luke Harper, and Macho Man Randy Savage, Natalya, Ravishing Rick Rude. I'm just finding out him and Savage are in the game, so that's great news I'm just receiving. R-Truth, Ryback, Santino Marella, Sergeant Slaughter, Simon Gotch, Stephanie McMahon, The Rock, and, as Teddy Long would say, The Undertaker. So, there's the end of the roster, and you gave your comments on your 60% that you read. No, seriously, I like the half that I read. Really good mixture again. You got Dolph Ziggler starting out the list. I mean, you got Lex Luger, like I said, WCW guy, and then Sheamus, he's always great in the game. Aiden English and Simon Gotch, good to see the Vaudevillains in the game. Andre the Giant, really glad to see him, along with Randy Savage and Rick Rude, some of the guys from the golden age of WWF in the games, and then Sergeant Slaughter as well. And you got some Attitude Era guys like The Rock and, well, The Undertaker, who's been in every age, every era. But yeah, and it's good to see Blue Tista in there too, as well as Curtis Axel. And you get the point, guys. Good roster. I really like this, both halves of it. Really looking forward to, playing as all these different characters, even Sting, the picture of Sting, and, yeah. Nothing really left to say here. And another person on the roster we failed to mention was the pre-order bonus. Actually, 2 pre-order bonuses. One of them is, as far as I know, Arnold Schwarzenegger by himself, and then one of them is him in the Terminator suit thingy. I don't know, I'm not a Terminator fan, so I don't know. But apparently 2 versions of Arnold Schwarzenegger. So, that's good. So, really 80 people in here so far. So, should we move on now to talking about the game, Kyle? The actual gameplay?
Yeah, you nailed the 33 guys right there, and you're right. Like, this is a diverse roster. It's 78 so far, and I'm just while you're really talking, I'm trying to think. Like, who's missing at this point? You know, obviously Hulk Hogan, we don't expect to see him in the game, unfortunately, due to the circumstances. That's like the big name that I see, like, is not here. Like, I'm just trying to look at the roster. I'm like, all right, who's on the WWE roster that's not in the game? There's not many, to tell you the truth, when it comes to Raw and SmackDown. Obviously, maybe the Dudley Boys who just debuted. I don't see any of New Day in there yet. Woods, Kingston, and Big E. I did not see them. That's really all that I can think of on the top of my head. Maybe Lost Matadors. They're not on there. God, can you shut up?
That's the phone.
That, I can't see anybody else that, like, I mean, I guess I just kind of named, like, 5 or 6 people. Scott Hall's not there. But you know what? Other than that, this is, like, a really diverse, big roster with WCW guys, WWE guys, NXT guys, guys from this generation, guys from last generation, a lot of divas. So maybe some more divas could be in the game, like Trish Stratus, Lita, stuff like that. Other than that, I see a very, very good roster, and I hope that it gets expanded, and it will, obviously. So I hope that in the coming weeks, every Monday, we'll be able to see a lot more guys in this roster, and we see what unfolds. But nonetheless, let's talk about the game a little bit. So what I'm seeing here is the game will be released on Tuesday, late in October. I believe it's October 29th. 27th, actually. 27th this year. Last year, I think it was 27th as well. It was always late October. So October 27th, Tuesday, for the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, PlayStation 3, and Xbox 360. I guess they're releasing the game for all 4 consoles on the same day. Remember last year they released it for the PS3 and the Xbox 360 a little bit earlier, then they ended up releasing it or actually they released the PS4 and Xbox One version later. So I don't see that happening again this year. I mean, they could announce that. They didn't announce it until late last year. So, but yeah, that's when the game will be released, October 27th. The next-gen version, of course, will include, again, my career mode, and that's a mode that is pretty much the backbone of the game. You know, if you're going to get the game, you're obviously going to do a career. When I got the game, I got it for the PlayStation 3 at first, so I wasn't able to experience my career mode at first. And then when I got it for the Xbox One, I did career mode a little bit, never really got into it. So I hope that is definitely a game mode that they improve on this year. As for WWE Showcase, 2K Showcase mode, that will be, of course, reflected around the career of Stone Cold Steve Austin. That is a big thing in this game. Last year it was Bitter Rivals, Triple H and Shawn Michaels, and CM Punk versus John Cena. This year it is centered around Stone Cold. So much like WWE 13 that was reflected around the Attitude Era mode, this is reflected around WWE's biggest superstar in the Attitude Era. So what we're going to see is Austin 316 mode, I believe it's called, and we've already seen a little bit of footage of it. I don't know if you guys have, but WWE, of course, released some footage of Stone Cold facing Jake the Snake Roberts. Remember King of the Ring, I believe 1997. Of course, when the Austin 316 promo was released, when he said that for the very first time and really launched him over the top. So that was already released, so we've already seen that that's going to be great. Jim Ross, again, on commentary along with Jerry Lawler. So that should be fun. And one thing we forgot to mention in the roster was Michael Cole and Jerry Lawler will again be back, along with JBL making his debut in 2K games. I think he was a commentator probably on a SmackDown vs. Raw game back in like maybe 07.
Yeah.
But it's going to be the first time I think a WWE game actually has 3 commentators instead of 2. So that should be pretty interesting, and see if it maybe runs a bit more fluent with 3 guys. So Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole, JBL. On commentary, I'll get to you in a minute, Joe. Just wanted to get through all this, then I'll get all your thoughts on this. But anyway, the Stone Cold mode is going to be in the game. That should be a lot of fun. And I think that's going to be the 2 things. I'm pretty sure Universe mode will be back. Universe mode is something that I like to play a lot. It's where basically you make your own show, and you go in there, you make matches, and you have a lot of fun. That's more of a single-player mode. And then, of course, multiplayer online stuff. Just like last year, multiplayer, in my opinion, was probably at its worst last year, because I just remember for the PlayStation 3 360 version before last year, like you could join a game just right away. Like you could make Fatal 4 match, you could just join it. You didn't have to wait for a match. They didn't put you in a match. You could just go ahead and join it. That was a lot of fun. So hopefully they improve online mode a little bit better, that you could bind matches better, because believe me and Joe have sat for a long time on our consoles, waiting for people to join games and to find matches and stuff. So that's something we hope will be improved. And I'm sure there's going to be other things added into the game that we did not see last year. Of course, who got NXT mode last year in the PlayStation 3 and 360 version? I'll be interested to see what the 360 and PS3 version has this year, because of course they cannot have the or they probably won't have the My Career mode. So well, they do have Showcase, but the My Career mode. So that's one thing, we'll see what happens there. And other than that, it should be a really, really good game. I've seen a lot of footage from it, so the Owens versus Rollins gameplay, the tag team match gameplay, all the entrances, the Brock Lesnar entrance, I forgot to mention that. So a lot of good stuff so far with this game. Just like last year, a lot of good stuff, and then that game ended up being subpar. So Joe, let's get over to you real quick, man, and let's talk. Give me your thoughts. I pretty much gave you the whole rundown of what to expect from this game. So what do you have that I didn't say? Anything else that you have to say? And your overall thoughts? Go ahead. It's all you now.
Alrighty then. Finally, now I'm just kidding. You, as you said earlier, nailed it right on the head, and went through all the game modes. And I am looking around at what 2K has said that they will bring as far as game modes are concerned, and yeah, I'm just gonna go through a rundown of what they are saying we can expect from each game mode. You got 2K Showcase, like you said. It'll be around Austin 316 era, from beginning of Austin 316. I'm guessing to the end of his career. We'll see how it ends, but just like all showcase modes in the past, you'll go through objectives to unlock characters and ring gear, entrances, match types, all that stuff. And then you got My Career mode, like you said. It's going to be, as far as 2K's telling us, it's going to be just like last year, except, you're going to, obviously, like last year, start from NXT, earn a spot on the main roster, and then what they're adding to this is that you'll earn a spot in the Hall of Fame. Actually, they did have that last year, but they didn't even show it. They just said, "Oh, you're in the Hall of Fame" or something, and that was it. I wonder if they're actually gonna have you standing up on the stage in a suit, but I don't know. And it says you'll train to be against others, conduct personality-driven interviews, interfere with rivals, and or form the ultimate tag team. And then the creation suite, create a superstar, create a diva, create a championship, create an arena, create a show, and as far as I know, they're bringing back story mode. That's what I've heard before. I'm going through here and I'm just skimming this. I don't know if it's on here, but apparently they're bringing back story mode, which was one of my favorite things. Before they got rid of it last year, and that should be good on next gen consoles. And then Universe, like you said, Universe mode, that is back. Form rivalries as a custom superstar, whoever you want to control. You control the whole show if you want. And for the first time in Universe mode, superstars will be assigned. It says they can be assigned to multiple shows, enabling players to have a broader experience. So, if you have a match on Raw, we'll have a rematch this Thursday on SmackDown or something, And online, they said that they're improving the matchmaking system, and yeah, soundtrack. I shouldn't even go over. We might go over the soundtrack in a minute. I don't know. Who knows? Obviously they're saying that they're going to improve the gameplay. Improved controls. The controls this year are apparently going to be a lot harder. Each game, it seems that they're adding stuff to the game. Like last year, we had the, chain wrestling thing at the beginning of matches, and that was really hard at first, but then it got easy. And now, apparently they're bringing a bunch of new stuff to really make it more authentic. I've heard that they're gonna have like not only like lockups, but like headlocks that like aren't chain wrestling. Like you're just putting them in a headlock in the middle of the match to slow it down, just like we've seen like every single match. Like they'll suddenly put the other person in a headlock, maybe whisper something, and that's what we're gonna see in this game to slow down, make it more authentic. New reversal system they said they're bringing. Apparently you have to press certain like buttons in order to reverse things. It won't just be like right trigger for Xbox One anymore. It'll be certain ones for certain moves. So that'll be tough. You have to really pay attention. Um, New pinning system apparently. I don't know what that's all about. I guess it'll have like more dirty pins and I don't know.
It's a circle now.
Huh?
Like the kick out meter isn't a straight line anymore. It's a circle now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I remember seeing a video about that. Good job, Kyle. Yeah, the chain wrestling they said they're improving. And you can hit them with a cheap shot in the middle of it or something. Yeah, like I said before, yeah, working holds are what they're called when you put them in a headlock to get stamina and stuff. And apparently they're bringing back normal ladder match. It won't have to be a TLC. Bring back handicap matches, and they're bringing back tornado tag matches. So that should be nice.
I have another thing to say.
Go ahead, Kyle.
Did you mention entrances yet?
I was just gonna get to that, but would you like to talk about?
This is a big part of the WWE.
Oh yeah.
16 is something really cool this year. Is if anybody has seen gameplay footage yet, actually I should say if you haven't, be sure to go to YouTube. Either go to Tubby Emu, Tony Pizza Guy, or WWE's actual Facebook page. They have a ton of stuff on there. Joe will put a link down put a couple links down for WWE's footage of 2K. That way you guys can take a look at it. I'm sure a lot of people have seen it, but Joe will put links down there to let you guys take a look at what we're actually talking about here. But something cool about the entrances is that now, right when you make a match, you'll make the match, it'll automatically go to a loading screen. Is then the arena will be completely silent. Is then the music will play. So instead of it going right into it, it will take about, I think, 2 seconds, 2 or 3 seconds. Music will play. They'll come out, and then your guy will come out, and then it'll turn right over to the commentary table. You'll see Jerry Lawler, Michael Cole, and JBL, and then the other superstar will come out. And then something that a lot of people were talking about was that when the second guy does come out, I don't know what this applies for. I don't know if you have to beat somebody specific, but when your second competitor comes out, you will see a little thing up at the top of your corner that says break out. Now, what it said was an X or breakout. I guess that's probably for PlayStation. Like you have to press the X button, or it could be for Xbox, you have to press the X button. They both have an X button, but you will see the breakout. And what that basically means, what I learned from a YouTube channel was that breakout means that you get to attack your opponent. Oh, actually, it'll be the first guy that comes out, because the second guy will attack. So my bad on that. But when the first guy comes out, there will be a little thing up in the top hand corner that says break out with X. What that means is that if you press that button, what I'm assuming is, I never seen it take place, but what I'm assuming is that when you're coming out, the person that you are fighting will come out and attack you before the match, and that's pretty cool. And what I heard was that if, like, say you're Cesaro in that situation, Cesaro will come out and say, like, Cesaro has like ring attire or like entrance attire, like he wears the towel with the Beats headphones. He'll keep all that stuff on, and that's what's funny about that. Like, he'll keep it all on while he's getting attacked. That's pretty cool. And then I think, like, you go to a loading screen or you go to the crowd, it cuts to the crowd, and the match starts, and then his stuff is like automatically off. I heard all of this from a YouTube channel that covers 2K, so I actually forgot which one it was. But yeah, I heard all of this, so that should be pretty cool. And I really like the entrances this year, especially no like loading screens in between the entrance, which is really cool. It makes it like a more realistic feel to it, and we need that. You know what I mean, Joe? We need that more realistic feel, considering we're in this more realistic age of video games. You know, we're not playing WWE SmackDown versus Raw 05 anymore, where it's like really like not as high depth. I mean, we're playing a 2016 video game that's for a next gen console, now a current gen, I would call it. And I'm sure that the entrances will be changed for the previous consoles. I don't know, but I think it's really cool. So, Joe, I'll let you get back to what you were saying. You were saying a lot of good information there that I did not know yet, including the story mode. I love that. Including all the creative show. That should be cool. Like, you can make your own show. Like, you make Nitro, Impact, all that good stuff. What's Impact? But, all right, Joe, go ahead.
What's Impact? Yeah. I was pretty much at the end there. There was only a few things left to cover, and those were, basically, they were saying that, obviously, like you said before, the new commentary team, of course, Michael Cole, Jerry the King Lawler, and now John Bradshaw Layfield, and, that should be really good. It's been noted before in AEW videos that JBL is by far my favorite commentator in WWE today. Rich Brennan's second, if you ask Kyle. And, it should be really funny. Hopefully he gets a funny lines in there, but probably not since it's a video game. But, yeah. And, I have a question, actually, that, I mean, Kyle, you don't have to answer it. It's just an overall general question, about the game, and that's, if we have JBL on commentary in this game, what if I play as JBL in the ring? Will JBL not be commentating during his own match, or or what?
Well, that's an interesting question because Jerry Lawler, if I'm not mistaken, Jerry Lawler and Michael Cole both were DLC in a previous game. I think it was like WWE 12. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
I never bought that DLC, so I don't know how that works. I'm assuming that if you use JBL as a in-ring guy, that he'll stay on commentary. Like, that's what I gotta think here. I mean,
and then he'll put himself over. That would be funny. But and
JBL is great.
Yeah, look at that.
I don't know how that's gonna work.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. That's why I'm gonna buy the game, just for that. And two other quick things 2K saying: visual upgrades and broadcast presentation. They say that stuff every single year, but it's true. They do improve it every year. Yeah, I give it to them for that. As far as the graphics go, last year, I mean, it looked really realistic. I mean, some people would be like, it didn't look real enough, but, I mean, compare it to the other games. Come on. And this year, looking at the screenshots, it looks really good. So, props to 2K, and of course the broadcast. Like you said, the entrances, there are no more loading screens, and I like all the stuff they've added there. And, the overall broadcast of the matches that you play. And it's funny, at the end of their statement about the broadcast, it says, including new crowd members. New crowd members? What does that mean? We won't see, like, 10 blondes in a row, like, all throw their arms up at the same time anymore. We'll now see brunettes. I don't know. But, that'll be interesting. And, yeah, that's the end of the list there. I hope you all are still awake. So, any more things that we have to cover here, Kyle, at all?
Well, no, I think that we've both expressed our excitement about this video game. Yeah. I mean, we are both very much big fans of WWE games. We have been for a long time. So I think that we've both nailed everything that we wanted to say. WWE is definitely, WWE and 2K, along with Ukes, is definitely making this game the best it can be, just like they did last year. And, it's an improvement from here, because I think for last year, it was the first game that WWE released with the next-gen console. So, I mean, of course they had a lot of bugs in it. Of course it wasn't that great. I mean, what do you expect? It was their first try. Now it's their second try. And, to add on to that, it's only their third time ever with 2K. So it's only 2K's third time. Last year it was only their second time. So, obviously the game wasn't going to be perfect. So I think that's what people have to realize here, and they have to, wait. And all the footage that we're seeing, if there's, like, mess-ups in it, I'm sure that that's not the finished product. I'm sure that's just a demo that they're showing. I'm sure that's just, like, the basic preview of what you're going to get. I'm sure they're going to continue to improve on stuff. And here on Almost Extra Wrestling, we're going to continue to update you on everything. We will probably make one more 2K video before the release date. If anything special, if like somebody crazy gets added to the roster, if they announce something crazy, we'll definitely gonna update you guys. Same situation on Twitter as well. Joe will say everything he has to say about 2K and anything special that occurs. So we're gonna keep you guys updated. And of course, October 27th, it comes out. Everybody's pumped. Get the Terminator pre-order. I already did. Joe is going to, hopefully, because you got to get the Terminator so he can face Sting. That would be awesome. Or anybody. You can face Colonel Mustafa. Imagine that. The Terminator versus Colonel Mustafa in a 60-minute Iron Man match. That's what I want to see. All right, so there you guys have it. Joe, if you want to go ahead and close it out over there for you, and then come back to me. I have a couple more things to say.
Oh, okay, so wait, do you want me to do plugs or do you want me to just ramble?
Just say what you gotta say, then.
Oh yeah.
We're not scripted over here at AEW.
Yeah, we just kind of go on the fly, and sometimes it really looks terrible, and sometimes it looks great. Good video, if you don't mind me saying so myself. Really covered everything. Looking forward to the roster. Of course, many more to go, like he said. And the game modes look very interesting. Very interesting. That's the best I can come up with. But really, they look. I can't wait for it. And yeah, I'm sure I will be pre-ordering soon, so I can play Terminator and face Colonel Mustafa, like you said. And that'll be good. That'll be good. But, you know, obviously, like you said before, people are going to give 2K crap about the game no matter what. Even if it's a great game, people are going to say, well, what about blah, blah, blah. And, you know, that's the way it is for every single video game franchise that I can think of. I mean, I'm a big sports fan, like, sports games fan, as well as sports fan. And, you know, looking at, like, NFL games, NHL games, FIFA games, whatever, MLB as well, but, you know, all those video game franchises, every single year when it's released, everyone gives them crap about something, gives the makers of the game crap about something, and, sometimes it's so stupid. I mean, sometimes it's, you understand it, but overall, there's going to be complaining about this game. That's an easy prediction right there, and that's the way it is every year. But I'm really looking forward to it. I have the power of positivity, even though the New Day has not been confirmed in this game yet. I have the power of positivity, and I believe that this will be a great game. And looking forward to it. October 27th, I will get that game on the release day, and I'll pre-order it probably, and get the Terminator. So, oh, you have something to say, Kyle? Go ahead. I'll give it back to you.
No, that's it. I've really just been looking at the up and down the roster. Bray Wyatt isn't confirmed either.
Oh.
So that's good news. Could we see Husky Harris make his return? Who's that? But other than that, Joe, I think we've nailed everything, dude. Let's get the plugs. This is probably towards the 40-minute mark. So go ahead, yeah. Joe, and talk a little bit about your YouTube channel and
my
Twitter account.
Well, yeah, this is probably the longest video we have made in some time. But glad you all stuck around. And I'm glad that you all hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't already, go ahead and do so. Because, I mean, we don't make long videos like this. This is a special video right here talking about a great video game. At least what should be a great video game. So hit that subscribe button below for, predictions for every pay-per-view. And discussions about wrestling. We can't promise weekly because we have been terrible YouTubers. I mean, I think Kyle can agree. We have been. We haven't been up to date with a lot of stuff. But we're going to try. We were going to try. So hit that subscribe button and really encourage us to do so. And hit that like button. That'll also give us some encouragement. And comment below what you think about the game. Who you don't see on the roster that should be. Who you don't like on the roster. You can complain. You can say Joe's voice is very squeaky. You can say whatever you want. In the comments below, we'd appreciate it. And follow me on Twitter at @officialAEW. It's right there on the screen in the description. And Kyle, talk about something.
Yeah, Joe, you're right about everything. And You're right. We've been pretty bad YouTubers in the past, say, couple months. I mean, we really have not been up to date, active daily. We're just gonna say that right on the loop. We're not gonna be daily. That's not gonna be a thing. We're never gonna post daily videos. It's just not gonna work that way due to conflicting schedules. But at the same time, we may be posting more videos, and we will be. I'm gonna say that we will be posting a lot of more stuff, discussions like we used to. But if you guys are really bored of us right now, you can still subscribe because we still have a lot of good discussions in the past from over a year ago, like stuff about the Wyatt family and stuff about the Shield and stuff. So Daniel Bryan too. So we have a lot of videos in the past. Edge, I think, Sheamus. So we're going to continue to talk about stuff. We're going to continue to make videos leading up to the end of the year. This rest of the year, guys, we're definitely going to try to get more active. Obviously, pay-per-view predictions every month will be continuing to occur. We apologize for, of course, not finishing up the SummerSlam prediction series, but we did, of course, post the. You did, of course, post it on Twitter our predictions, and you won. So congratulations to you. Yeah. Trying to get redemption from me because I did win WrestleMania, so you won SummerSlam. So I'm gonna win Survivor Series, but or whatever the next pay-per-view is. So, but nonetheless, we're gonna post that stuff. So be sure to check out who's gonna win the pay-per-view prediction series for the next month and the next month. We're gonna continue to post them, and like I said, we're gonna continue to post video after video. We're gonna try to get more active. It's does not have anything to do with me. It's his fault. I'm just kidding. It's my fault too. It's both of our faults. But nonetheless, like I said, Twitter. I gotta say that at Kyle Smith AEW. Check me out, or Kyle Smith AEW. Yeah, it's still that. On Twitter, and go ahead and give me a follow, even though I don't tweet. Yeah, like Joe said, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and that's all we have to say, or I have to say. Joe, end it out for us, baby, and say this is AEW, because that's what it is.
Yeah, like Kyle said, check out our past videos in, like, last year at this time, when we were in our prime. Now we're just old and washed up, but still, subscribe and all that. Thank you all for watching, and, no, hold on. Give me a hell yeah, and until next time, this is AEW.